Welcome back, everyone. This is without a doubt my least favorite topic. I want to give you a skin cancer update on myself, and I want to talk a little bit about prevention. I really don't like this topic, but I think that it's important for us that are out in the outdoors all the time. Let's go. Hey, doesn't this look like 1,000 times better right there compared to this photo, which is essentially what it's looked like since December? Yeah, that's still cancer. That right there is skin cancer. Okay, so here's what happened. I got diagnosed with skin cancer for the first time during COVID. They removed skin cancer from here. They removed skin cancer from my neck. Both of them were basal cell carcinomas, which are not very serious. Like only 1% of basal cell becomes something worse or moves. About 6 months later, when they looked at this, they decided to take some more. Then I moved twice in 3 years. When I was in Norfolk, I saw a dermatologist who looked at this and it had some scar tissue, and she was like, "Nah, I think it's just scar tissue. I think you're fine." And then when I moved again, I got another dermatologist who saw it and was like, "Yeah, it's probably scar tissue, but I want to do a biopsy anyway." That was what wouldn't heal, so that was done in December. That biopsy came back negative, which was great. But the fact that it wouldn't heal was problematic. So I went back after months and months and months of me trying to get it to heal, which I should have done sooner. But I was stubborn. I was like, I can deal with a wound. Why won't this heal? And so I went back and they looked at it and they were like, yeah, we're going to re-biopsy that just to be sure. We're going to do a different kind of biopsy. We're going to go deeper. And at the same time, we'll clean it up and reclose it. And so they did that. It has healed much better. But that biopsy came back as positive for skin cancer. So at the end of the summer, I go the end of this week for a consultation with a surgeon. At the end of the summer, I'll have a procedure called Mohs surgery, where they keep taking out little bits of it in a pattern and then they test the bits they take out, and they don't stop taking until they get flesh that is not cancerous. So it's not a big deal, but it's scary and it's upsetting and it's problematic. And I don't want this to happen to you. So I want to talk about sort of how this occurs and prevention and what I do. And so this occurs a lot of ways, but primarily the most common is from sun exposure over a period of time. Hi. I've been active in the outdoors for way more than 20 years, since about 1987, 1986. That's a lot of sun exposure. I don't particularly get sunburns, but it doesn't really matter. And I am usually pretty good about sunscreen. In my 20s, I was probably not as good as I should have been. And that's quite possibly why I'm dealing with this now. I am also more likely to get skin cancer because I have moles, not raised moles, just different colors in pigmentation, just darker little spots of pigmentation on my skin. People that have those are more likely to get skin cancer. I also have light eyes. I'm more likely to get skin cancer. All of those factors combine to skin cancer. Okay, so what do I do in order to help prevent this, right? Because I plan on being here for at least another 20 years. And how do I keep skin cancer from becoming an issue? The first is that the vast majority of people that have basal cell like this, if it is treated, it's totally not a big deal. It gets bad when it's untreated. And so I'm very proactive in terms of treatment. I see a dermatologist every 6 months or so. So that's the first step. The next step is preventing exposure. So I wear shirts that are UPF 50 and have a hood, and I do put the hood up. I don't have a lot of hair, so I'm always wearing hats. I use a buff a lot, even in the summer, which is also UPF 50 and also treated with permethrin, so it keeps bugs away, which is nice. The permethrin has probably given me cancer as well. Who the hell knows? So those are the sort of the frontline things that I do. And then I use a number of different products for sunscreen. And so Primarily, I am using sunscreen on my face, my ears, my nose a lot, the back of my neck, things that aren't immediately covered. I tend to wear, when it's really bright and sunny out, I tend to wear sun gloves to protect my hands, or I'll put sunscreen on my hands, particularly the backs of my hands. That is not to say you can't get a sunburn on a cloudy day. You absolutely can, but I tend to be more careful on bright, sunny days. Let's take a look at the stuff that I use for sun protection. These are two of the products that I use. This one is a Badger face stick. So it goes on like this, and then you rub it in. I super like this. This is really nice stuff. It feels good. I also have a Sunbum face stick, and then this is what I use for my hands. This is Sunbum 30. Both of them are mineral-based. You should be using mineral-based sunscreens. They're easier on the environment, and they work better. Like if you think back to when you were a kid, zinc oxide, mineral-based, worked really well. So these are what I use. Please, 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 if you're active in the outdoors, if you're outdoors a lot, particularly if you're in your 20s, use this stuff now so that you're not dealing with this stuff later. Okay, that's it for now. Wilderness Medicine Wednesday will be back in 2 weeks. I'll see you outside.